let's see what your previous stroke used to look like, which was probably pretty good because you were winning with it. I mean,
I mean, Travis Grant here again. We're going to touch base on basically on this sort of technique everyone's sort of talking about, and you know, and on your latest videos with John Puakea and what he's trying to teach us in the canoe, and what I'm trying to transfer from what I've learned from him in the canoe to now the outrigger. It's new ground for all of us. I think the stand-up's still quite a new sport. Canoe paddling strokes been around for years, all different variations. Tahiti have definitely perfected it, and we're trying to emulate that. And now I'm trying to emulate the canoe stroke I've learnt from Johnny, from the Tahitian, into my stand-up, whether I can combine the two. So this is where I'm at. This is what I'm thinking. So, you know, I'm going to call it the old stroke, but there's still nothing wrong with it. I mean, Danny Ching, myself, all the canoe paddlers do it, and it's obviously worked very well in the canoe and very well on the stand-up. But I think there's always a better way, or efficient way. So that's what we're trying to do. Whether or not it is better or more efficient in the stand-up, I'm yet to decide. So what I used to do is I used to do a lot more twisting, sort of from a surf ski background. Where all you're doing is twisting. I never actually paddled C1, but they're doing a similar thing. But I used to basically try and get as much reach as I could. So I'm twisting my body. When I say twist, I'm twisting my body in the beginning. So that's what I used to teach all the time. And again, it's a really efficient. The stroke works. You know, maybe there's a faster way or a combination of the two. Like I said before, I think you should have two strokes. You know, so I try and mix up my two strokes. So here's the first one I've done for years. I twist. And basically, I'm twisting my entire body, mainly my hips. So I'm trying to keep, you know, my feet still. My feet are planted at the board. I'm twisting my entire hips, rotating my body all the way around. I've got this huge reach. Obviously, top arm is just more bent to get more reach. So everything we taught was like reach. So I've got this twist, huge reach. My twist, hips are twisted. I would then basically drop the shoulder or lean into it. So it's sort of nearly, you could say fall, I guess, but I'd drop my shoulder, lean on my paddle, and then I would essentially twist and straighten back up. So I'm twisting, this hips back, this hips forward, and I used to basically drive forward like that. So sort of like pumping the air. So I'm sort of like paddling like that. And a lot of people paddle like that. A lot of C1 guys, they're doing a similar thing. They're paddling like that. We're bringing our hips forward. Every stroke, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring my hips back. Unfortunately, we're not doing it together because we're sort of on one side. So I'm twisting and I'm driving forward. That's kind of what I've done my entire life through ski paddling. Similar thing on the one man, similar thing. Now we're trying to sort of incorporate a slightly different way of thinking, and we're sort of doing all this twisting and then using, I guess you could say, half of our body. What we're trying to do is we're trying to be square. The old days, the stroke used to start up here, yeah? So like reach out, like you sort of slow, long recovery, set, and then boom, through the water, release, boom. Now I'm trying to sit up here, I'm trying to start back here, and momentum, I'm shoulder square. I'm trying to use my entire body, so I'm actually jumping on the catch. More so, I'm more actually jumping on the catch and going, pushing down, and I'm going longer in the water, release. And then I'm basically quickly, momentum going up, like sort of Johnny says, I'm pushing down with that top arm, down, pushing down and then moving myself forward. I've got so much pressure on that top arm now. I'm essentially going down the whole time. I take my paddle a long way back. Basically, I'm just trying to hold as much water as I can for as long as I can, release, and jump on the catch again. It might look very similar. I just did the two strokes before, and I do the two strokes a lot during my race. I mean, you know, doing that can get exhausting, jumping on, so then I'll switch and relax and twist, you know, I've been there forever. And I find the two work well. I mean, one's attacking, one's relaxing, breathing, efficient. You know, and I do the two and people can't tell the difference, but internally in my body, in my head, in my body, I can feel the difference. Like I feel like, oh, I'm getting a rest, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's a quick version of, I don't know, in the canoe it works a lot better, and Johnny explains it a lot better. But exactly in the canoe, we're lunging, we're trying to keep, basically, we're trying to use our whole body coming down as opposed to just half. This looks beautiful, don't get me wrong. So, you know, I'm playing, I'm experimenting. Sometimes I find I combine the two. You know,
like when do you kind of switch off normally? Like,
you know, it depends on the race. Obviously, you know, when people sprint, sort of techniques seem to go out the window, and I try, you know, I try not to break form. So with catching bumps, again, I'm trying not to fatigue the small muscles. I'm trying to recruit the big muscles each paddle. So no, I'll you know, just recently I've been doing all the, you know, this new stroke, trying to get the rhythm, because it's a different rhythm. But you know, I find myself, if I'm getting tired or I got to bring my heart rate down, I'll switch back to my old stroke because I just know it works for me. Bring the heart rate down.
So you go to the old stroke when you got to rest? Pretty
much, yeah. Or you're in a comfortable situation, or you're on someone's wash, or you're cruising. Pretty much I get the old stroke whenever I want to relax or bring my heart rate down, yeah.
Which stroke are you using in the beginning part of the race, in the flatter water condition portion, to get out and get a lead?
No, I mean, you know, if I'm in my head, I want to be saying this new stroke, and I say I want it to know if I'm working for me, but I actually don't know if it is faster for me yet. You know, it's harder on the stand-up. There's a lot more balance going on. It's sort of hard to bring that momentum forward and jump on the blade, you know, and lean so heavy on this top arm. We're on this balancing, you know, thing. A lot of times, you know, myself and I've seen Dane do it, we'll have our hips stuck out to the side a little bit. Now, you know, people used to think that's not very good, but I got a feeling I'm maybe counteracting my balance because there's so much weight on this pushing down that obviously maybe, you know, I'm trying to balance myself out by putting some weight over there, you know. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing about this sport. There's still, I don't think there's any right or wrong way, and I'm experimenting with new strokes, you know, after Johnny teaching us in the canoe. And
is it different in the canoe? Are you doing things different in the canoe than on the stand-up?
Apart from sitting down, no. In my head, you know, we're doing the same thing, except I'm standing up. So that's where it gets a little harder. There's a lot of,
because the canoe moves, it's easier to make it move.
The canoe's heavier and such, but once it's moving, yeah, it does have a bit more, I'm going to say, glide or run. Even though it doesn't have much glide, but it has a lot more glide than stand-up. So the stroke rate can come up and the rhythm momentum can come up. In a stand-up, once you take your paddle out of the water, this thing has no glide. We're sinking, you know. So the stand-ups are very stop, start, stop. And I've always tried to keep this nice rhythm going, and the way my boards are designed to sort of flow and keep going, and as opposed to a jump. So, you know, again, we're still experimenting and playing with things, and eventually we'll find an efficient way of doing it. But you know, I'm mixing the two up and see how it goes.
You kind of, to get from like a zero speed to kind of get up to speed as fast as you can, you're using your older stroke?
No, you're more newer, you're more lunging and jumping, and you know, so I'm not sure which one's the better way to go in the long term for your body. I mean, the sprint, like I said, the boards are so heavy and no glide, it is hard to get them up running. No, I find once I am running, I can sort of twist and relax and use different muscle groups when I'm twisting. But no, you really got to attack these boards and jump them up. And the kids seem to do it the best. They lunge and jump and attack. Then I find.
So you kind of like Connor, how he kind of bounces.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I can see what they're doing correct. And don't get me wrong, it works. But how long can people sustain it for? You know, and he can, but a lot of them can't. A lot of them burn themselves out, or they get sore back, or so. So I don't have the answers. I wish I knew what was the perfect stroke, and you know, and I used to think I had it. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I don't think anyone has it.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. I'll add this to the other one.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Good luck, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please comment, give us a thumbs up, and see you next time.